Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final boarding call for passengers traveling to Helsinki, Finland.
Hi, this is a bonus episode. If you thought that our last episode came out late, well, this one is about our trip in May. We decided to go on a trip to Finland together. Me and Adele wanted to get some fresh air, see their forest, hop in a sauna, visit the metro, and prove everybody wrong about that Finland is actually not that expensive.
Spoiler alert, it is. On this trip, we spent one night at the airport so that we could pick up our rental car in the morning, 2 nights in a car, and 2 nights at an Airbnb in Helsinki.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Helsinki Airport. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened and keep the aisle clear from all hand luggage until the aircraft is...
After we landed, we got on our first task at the airport, finding food.
Please be careful when opening the oven door.
Excuse me, do you know if there's any food available? Like any food courts?
Where you will find the cafe that is open.
Oh,
next
sweet.
to gate 26.
Thank you.
It looks... well, the mashed potatoes look great. I was just gonna ask if I could buy just mashed potatoes.
I don't know, they have it pre-packed.
Damn it.
And how much do you think it was? So there's like mashed potatoes with 3 meatballs. It's quite small, and soda.
10 euros?
14 something.
Are you kidding me? Well, steep, but we'll get to the prices later.
2 fun facts about Helsinki Airport. They play sounds of birds at the toilets, and the benches around the terminal are not bad at all.
Those are great because they don't have that.
Yeah, the armrests in the
Yeah.
in between, yeah.
They look comfortable.
So we spent the night at Helsinki Airport. How was it?
It was good. It was the best airport to sleep at. Mike slept for like 5 straight hours. He was snoring. It was loud. You could hear it all across the hall. And I couldn't wake him up.
Like, what did you try to wake me up?
Well, I shook you. I called your name. Then the other guy who was sitting across from you, he was laughing at me. And then I just gave up and went to the toilet.
Yeah. I found out that the recorder is quite handy. You can just record your thoughts, whatever goes through your mind, which is quite different from recording a regular podcast.
It can record your thoughts? Or
Well-
do you have to say them out loud?
Well, once you say them out loud, the technology isn't quite there yet.
Now, onto the main business.
Hello. We have a car, like, reserved.
Okay. May I have your driver license?
Sure.
Are you going to drive Helsinki area?
Yeah, we want to go to, what is it, Terepeh, the city starting with T.
Tampere?
Tampere.
Tampere.
Yeah.
Where is Toyota Yaris?
Oh, okay.
Okay. This copy is for you. And key.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
When Adela asked me where do I want to go, my first thought was to see a bridge because I like bridges. So our first stop, which is actually also in the national park where Adela wants to go, is
Tahtiniemen silta.
Tahtiniemen silta. Silta.
Do you
I'm sure
think
silta is a bridge.
bridge, yeah.
Head southeast, then turn left.
One of the biggest differences in Finland is the language.
They use the same letters that we do. Like, it's not like Russian or Chinese. but we were not able to understand almost anything. Yeah. We're at our second stop in a local supermarket. It's called Charisma.
We haven't quite figured out yet what's the word for like entrance and exit and all that kind of stuff.
So let's read the words around and just guess what it is.
Niputarjos.
Niputarjos. It's probably cosmetics. Or maybe it's a discount.
I think it's a discount.
Hedelmät ja vihannekset.
That's...
Fruit and vegetables. I'm pretty
I
positive.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, you can say it. What is it? What is Hedelmät vihannekset?
Fruits and vegetables.
Yes.
Now back to the main issue. Food in Finland is expensive.
So we have bananas, tomatoes. It's nice.
And we paid almost 16 euros.
Yeah.
Our plan was to cook on gas burners. I took the stovetop that I use every time I go camping. However, you cannot take the gas bottle on a plane with you. We tried to find the right gas bottle that would fit my stovetop, but all the ones we could get didn't fit. It's not like we didn't try to ask for help.
Can I ask you for an advice? Sorry to interrupt.
Yes.
We're trying to figure out if this works.
Let me see.
This is like a click on.
Niin, ota pikakiinteys.
Niin, kun tossa on jengät.
Aivan. Yes. It's not work.
So we'll have to either buy this thing or this thing again.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
one's cheaper?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, we don't have other stoves than the expensive one, so those are probably the only options here.
Thanks. Anyway.
Thanks
a lot.
And sorry.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
We don't want to buy a new stovetop for 55 euros, and there's no gas bottles that fit our stovetop.
There goes our cooking plan.
Yeah.
It's day one, evening, and we're hungry, and we wanted to get some food.
During lunchtime, we stopped at a gas station that had some warm food there, and it was crazy expensive. It was 36 euros per meal, but it was that cheap kind of meal, you know, that you can get at a gas station. Well, Mike said, okay, let's go to a restaurant, let's have something warm. And how did it end up, Mike?
When we searched for restaurants, we found about 5, and we decided to go with one that was open the latest. And when we arrived there, they told us that the kitchen is closed and they're going to open it in June, that we came before the season starts. So basically we have to go to a gas station anyway if we want to eat something, because
Yeah, there's nothing open.
yeah, right now it's getting closer to 8 p.m. and basically everything is closed, and the only options left are gas stations, and even those are not closer than like 30 kilometers.
We're about 2 hours north of Helsinki.
So it seems like Finland is a one big long and wide forest that changes into a city that's called Helsinki at one point, but the rest is just a forest.
Since the most successful video on my YouTube channel is A Day in the Life of a Lifeguard, I thought it would be interesting to make a sequel. I spent the entire next day shooting scenes for this video.
Somebody is shooting a day in the life video,
Yeah.
and Mike was trying to shoot the opening scene for like 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
No, it was like half an hour.
It wasn't in half an hour.
Well, in my mind, it
In
was.
your mind it was.
In yours
Not-
it was 2, so it was probably somewhere around.
No, we got up at 7:30, we left at 10. It was complicated, and well, I think we should say that we slept in like a small harbor
Yeah.
in a car.
It was beautiful.
It was beautiful, but in the morning there was nowhere to go pee, and I really needed to pee. But we had to shoot all of those scenes before we were able to leave.
Yeah, because we cannot just get up and leave and do all the stuff that you're doing when you wake up, and then remember to undo it when you return to the place where we slept.
And then when we finally left, the camera wasn't recording.
Yeah, the stupid camera froze, and so we had to go back and re-record the leaving of the scene.
Yeah. And then we tried to find toilets, and we drove around 3 different gas stations.
Yeah, in Finland they don't always have toilets on gas stations.
Yeah, so finally we found a big supermarket with a restaurant and a toilet, and I went to do my business, and then we ate breakfast. And now it's 11:25 and we're off to another
National park.
Yeah, another national park. And it's called, hold on, Sipojuotogo something.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Then we wanted to experience something typically Finnish.
Guess where are we going?
Guess where we are going?
Guess where we are going?
We are going to smoke sauna.
Yeah, so we couldn't possibly experience Finland without going to sauna. So Adela is quite frightened of saunas for some reason, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I just always hated them, and I just found out right after we paid that there's like 100 degrees.
Yeah, which is totally normal, but Adela didn't know.
I mean, that's like, what if my sweat is boiling? I'm just really scared.
Then you will create steam. You will be like a steam engine. But we have to translate it into American terms. So 100 degrees Celsius, that's what, it's like 230?
I don't know.
I think so.
It's a
like,
lot.
That's like the surface of the sun kind of temperature. All right. So
Oh, that, yeah.
looking forward to sauna. Yeah, right now we're sitting outside. There's like a big lake. It's sort of like a summer resort or maybe like a beach. Even though it's quite cold, it doesn't feel as bad after you leave the sauna. So what do you think about the sauna now?
I think I'm sold.
Yeah, you like it?
I hate to admit that, but the first 2 rounds I was like, why do people do this? It's so boring and uncomfortable, and I just couldn't understand, and then it got better.
After our second night in a car, we went to Helsinki, returned the car, rented an Airbnb, and entered the city life. But before that, this happened.
We also had a flat tire this morning. We woke up at the edge of a forest where we parked our car. Overnight, yeah. And when we woke up, the tire was almost flat.
Well, the funny thing is that Mike shot his a day in
the life of a traveler.
And the whole day yesterday he wanted to shoot a part where he would fake change a tire on the car because he thought that would be interesting. And I convinced him not to do it because I just figured it would take too much time and it wasn't worth the effort. And so he didn't do it. And then in the morning we woke up and we actually had a flat tire.
Yeah, so I got my chance to switch it for a reserve tire. But the funny thing was there was no reserve tire. There was just a compressor that you can put on your leaking tire and like inflate it back up. But we really don't know. Yeah, it did help for the time being. Yeah. But we don't know if the flat is pierced or not. I guess they'll have to figure it out at the rental company.
Yeah.
Because we already returned the car this morning.
We decided to explore the city a little bit.
What does Helsinki look like right now where we're walking?
Well, Mike thinks it looks like the USA.
Well, not as much as yesterday, because yesterday we were in the outskirts and it looks so much like the rural areas of United States because they had huge parking lots and small buildings that looked like they're made of plastic. Some of the cars were the same as you would find in the States. But here in Helsinki, it looks much more European.
We came across a posh hotel that had a very unique feature.
We've just got a glimpse of the Clarion Hotel in Helsinki, which is famous for having a rooftop pool that is like sticking out of the building on the, I would say, 20th floor. And it's actually all glass, so you can swim above the ground while there is a drop below you. So we're gonna ask them if we can come tomorrow and take a swim.
Naturally, we wanted to pay the pool a visit. So if you were wondering, the breakfast at the Clarion Helsinki is from 8 till 11.
Hi. Good, how are you? We have an unusual question. We saw the amazing pool that you have upstairs.
Yes.
Would it be possible to go there to like pay a entrance fee or something?
Unfortunately, no. It is only for customers of the hotel.
Oh, I see.
No wonder it's so popular. You may remember it from Casey Neistat's video when he visited Helsinki.
Yeah.
So how often do you get the question?
Quite often. I only work part-time and I still questions.
In case you're wondering, the cheapest room you can get in order to visit a pool was 89 euros. But the pool closes for cleaning from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m., which is the reason why we didn't get the room. Now on to the most important part of the trip.
For some.
One day before the end of our trip, we are finally getting to the most exciting part. We are finally visiting the metro in Helsinki. What are our excitement levels, Adele?
Mine are average. Mike's are above average.
Quite high. I have high hopes for the metro because I've been there to buy the Liput, the ticket, and I saw the aesthetics. So now I'll see the metro for real. We're entering it through like a
Do we know where we're
mall.
going, actually?
Well, there. Hisi Metron.
Yeah, I know, but where are we actually going with the metro?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
By the way, I bought a slushie.
Which is like a Slurpee for you Americans.
Okay. And Mike bought some popcorn in the cinema. And when we got to the cash register, it was called Liput and
Herkut.
Herkut.
So Liput is tickets and Herkut is candy.
Yeah.
Then Kitos
Thank you.
is thank you, and I think by that we depleted our mutual Finnish word dictionary. So we're getting down the stairs to what still looks like a shopping mall, so nothing exciting here. What's your favorite thing about Helsinki so far?
How chill it is.
Well, once I say the thing I have on my mind, you'll probably say it's yours as well.
Okay.
I love the long days. It's getting closer to 7 p.m.
It feels like it's 3 p.m.
Yeah, exactly. It's like very bright outside and the sun doesn't set until like 11 p.m.
Yeah, okay.
So now let's focus on the main attraction. So we'll use our Liput. We're entering the platform. The platform is super wide. I've never seen platforms this wide.
You can dance here. You can have a dance party here.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Metro tracks are on the sides. And I don't know why, but I think this metro might be automated. I'll have to take a look if there's a driver in the front. I don't even know which line are we at.
Take a look at that map.
Yeah.
The lines are splitting, actually.
It actually says the time that it takes to reach the next stop. So as you look at the plan, and in between the stops, it says the number of minutes it takes to get there, which is cool. So it's official, there is signal in the metro in the tunnels. The metros are actually walk through all the way from the front to the back. Okay, let's take a look if there's a driver. Seems like all the doors open automatically at the same time. Well, we have to be fast. And now it's starting to look like there is a driver. So let's see. Is there? Yeah, there is one. Yeah, there's a driver. He's in the dark, going about his day. So now we experience the first issue we have with the metro, which is...
We're trying to change lines, and it's pretty, there's no signs.
It's confusing. We don't know if we need to leave the metro entirely, the whole system, and enter through a different entrance, or is there a tunnel, or what's happening? So where are we now?
Right here.
We're here.
This doesn't make any sense. So, moral of the story, why we couldn't find the transfer. There is no transfer. There's just one line.
It's Monday and we woke up to this lovely sound of construction work outside, but it's nice that at least they waited until Mondays to start working with this.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This was our last day in Finland. The only item on our to-do list was to get ourselves to the airport.
Was this your last trip this summer?
I hope not.
So where do you want to go after?
I don't know. I always decide in a split second.
Okay.
And then I see some cheap tickets and I buy them.
Well, we bought cheap tickets to go to Finland, and what it got us was a really expensive trip. I mean,
It wasn't that expensive.
We did what we could to cut down the expenses, but it was still quite expensive.
It was like 12K in total, 13K.
What, Czech money?
Yeah.
So that's what, like $500? $700?
Yeah, 600, let's say, ish. And
For 5 days?
We could have done it cheaper, for sure.
Yeah, we could have.
Not eating out. That was like the most expensive. Otherwise, it was pretty cheap.
And then we got to the airport, caught a plane, and that was it. So what do you think about the trip, Adele?
I really liked it. It was one of the best trips of
Your life?
my later life.
Okay. Well, I think the best idea we came up with was that we split the trip in half. And for the first half, we had the car. We got a chance to explore the whole country and see like the wilder part of Finland. And for the second part, we got an Airbnb and enjoyed the city of Helsinki. And I think that from now on, this is what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed that aspect of the trip as well. 5 days in Helsinki would have been too much. 5 days in the nature wouldn't have been too much, but...
But there was nothing really to see in there. Was there?
Oh, shut up. Yes, it was.
Okay. All right, so we depleted our bonus content for now, and the next bonus episode will be...
when we go on the next trip.
Yes.
Do you feel like getting haluatko säästää?
No, because I just got the Smartan avulla.